In recent years, cycling to work and school has become popular. Biking on campus can be a more positive experience for students, but currently it is not. Many students complain through social media considering their issues with the bike lanes, including stories of accidents with pedestrians who cross the bike lanes without paying attention.
The campus chief of police, John Cox, needs a solution to enhance the safety of mobility for students and faculty on Purdue campus. The problem must be solved so that the students and faculty moving through campus can feel safer and have a more positive experience on their commute. Besides the students, the Purdue administration also needs a solution that will improve safety and cost effectiveness. As if an effective solution is created, the university will also receive positive publicity for it. If the safety of mobility on campus is improved, more students and faculty will use alternative methods of transportation. This will improve Purdue's and Lafayette area's carbon footprint while helping the global environment as a whole.
The criteria for success of the solution are that it must be appropriate for the campus community, aesthetically pleasing, improve the safety and mobility on campus, and be usable by the Purdue community as well as safe for them. The constraints for the solution are that it cannot affect tuition, must be easy to implement with the already available resources on campus, must not obstruct the flow of pedestrian traffic or force a mode of transportation on students, and the solution must be maintainable.
It will also save the users money, as alternative forms of transportation are cheaper compared to the cost of using a car. For the project, we studied the situation and brainstormed around 30 solutions, which we then narrowed down to 8, then to 3, based on the data collected through survey, and finally to 1. The 3 solutions we compared were textured walkways, a sensor for a traffic system that would warn cars about pedestrians, and finally, rubber barriers. After our weighted analysis, which looked at all the criteria and constraints from the problem statement in a quantitative setting, we concluded that a final prototype would be the rubber barrier.
We want to prevent bikes from leaving the bike lanes and prevent pedestrians from aimlessly entering into the bike paths, where they could get hit by cyclists. It is unique because it is a new approach on the idea of enclosing the bike lanes with a fence without having to construct a large fence, which may look bad. This barrier will be short, subtle, and still get the job done. This sensor does not take a lot of space. It can be removed at any given moment for maintenance purposes, and is not large enough to cause any major accidents, but it's not small enough to be bypassed. Weaknesses include the fact that it is heavy material, making it slightly expensive on top of that. The only limitation is that it does not prohibit the pedestrians from crossing over, since there's still these spaces right here for them to jump over. It will be hollow on the inside, as you can see here, and instead of a continuous row of bumps, we design on a flat surface with a hole in every bump. A long bolt will be screwed into this hole to keep the barrier in place, requiring less maintenance in the long run.
After analyzing the data from the research conducted, the solution fit the criteria most appropriately. It has a good aesthetic appeal according to the survey which we conducted, with majority of the responses being an 8 or a 9 on a scale from 1 to 10. Even though the client did not give us a budget, but simply said that the tuition cannot be raised, we cannot say for sure if this tuition would be raised by this barrier. We've narrowed down our rubber choice to Vishrant rubber, which has a maximum price of $5 per kilogram. One step we took to improve our solution and lower the cost was to hollow out the material in the middle. This would reduce the material and also reduce our cost. Therefore, considering all the above constraints and criteria, this rubber barrier adequately fulfills its purpose.